Everybody, welcome to Mystics MMOs. I'm your host, Mystic Raven. All right, so we have an event this weekend starting today, lasting to Sunday, and that is Double Marks of Victory. Marks of Victory weekend event. So I'm pretty happy about that actually, because I could stand to use some Marks of Victory on a lot of tunes for upgrades. So I was like, yay, excellent day. So I'm actually looking forward to getting in here and doing whatever I have to do to get my marks in. So heads up, if you play DCUO and you haven't been getting on that much, you might want to get on this weekend just for the double marks. Yo, Kel, what's up? How you doing today, bro? Hope you're doing good. Tell you what, I was a little more than pissed yesterday. I was like, wow, really? Had over 100 viewers in 2 hours. And it's like, it goes to show, man. It just fucking goes to fucking show. I'm like, I was just tired. I'm tired of the fanboys. I'm like, if you guys want to play this garbage, that's fine. Have at it. It's like, I'm tired of it. I'm tired. I'm just tired. I was just pissed. I was so mad. I was like, I come on here and play shit with broken mechanics, and I'll get 100 plus viewers. And if I'm playing something like this, I'll be lucky if I push 50. I'll be lucky. So it's just like, hey, man. I mean, I get it. I get it. You know, this game's not everybody's cup of tea. But, you know, I'm doing a commentary. I'm talking about not the game itself, about whatever. I'm just playing the game as I'm talking. But if it has DC on it, and like, oh, fuck you. If I play another game, fuck you. It's like, you know, hey, man, you guys don't think I have something important to reflect on with what's going on in the gaming world? Okay. So yeah, I was pretty salty. Whatever, right? It's crazy. It's like you said, a lot of fucking people just people just want to keep you in one position, man. Keep you locked in. More and more I start to think my kids are right about that shit. Sad as fuck. But you know what? At the end of the day, you do what you do. Just keep on keeping on. Alright. Let's see where we're at. Speaking of marks, I've got 79 marks. I'm trying to upgrade my shit. I was like, oh my god, double marks. I can freaking do upgrades and all sorts of shit this weekend. That's going to be fucking killer. I get it. ESO is hot garbage right now. I've completely lost my taste for PvP, right? It's bad. I don't think it ever really was good. I thought it was tolerable. That's why I only PvP'd a little bit. Thought it was tolerable. But then towards my end game, you know, I get funneled into the PvP. And the people defending broken mechanics. Like, oh, I'm a 1vxer. No, you're not. You're a fucking dumbass. It fucking yeah, it's fucking gross. Like, people thought they were skilled with broken mechanics. I'm like, it's broken. Oh, the fuck do you mean it's broken? I'm like, God, really? Okay. You thought that was skill? Shit. That ain't skill, boy. Part of it was, some of it, but majority, no. No. You know, it's not. I give it up to the players who want skilled PvP, who are skilled players, who are honorable. Despotic had a thing about, you know, counterplay video. I loved it. I loved his video. I loved Despotic's video. I completely enjoyed the hell out of that video. Because it spoke volumes about what Elder Scrolls is, man. I mean, it really did reflect on a lot of things that's going on. And I just felt like, wow, you know, here it is. You know, this is truth. You know, this is truth. And the funny thing about it is, the gaming companies are losing it. They're fucking losing it every fucking day. They're getting more and more away from what the players are looking towards or wanting to be addressed. And that's been that way in certain games. Like Rift, I loved Rift. I love the concept of Rift. I love the initial storyline, though some of it got whatever. But the problem with it was the devs just once again wasn't listening to the community's cry. You know, I mean, when you stop listening to the players who are supporting you, you know, the people who are trying to make this a real thing, why in the fuck? What would you expect? I mean, what do you expect? That's what kills me. I'm like, holy hell no. And now some games are suffering the consequences. Some companies are suffering the consequences. And now we got bigger companies out there that are getting so greedy and not polishing a product and going in a direction that they have no business getting themselves involved in.
This is Amanda Waller. You have been recruited for a suicide squad mission.
Oh my God. Oh, thank God. I was about to say, if we don't have a healer, I'm going to cry. Oh shit. Nah, fuck it. I'm only going to get 2 loot items. The rest of it's going to be currency, so I'll take care of this shit afterwards. Yeah, I don't know, man. I feel bad more and more for certain things. Like I've noticed, like certain builds I go in with in PvP in that game, like the build works, but against the whatever, it doesn't have as much dominance. And I have to build a cancer. A lot of people are like, "Oh, you're a cancer player and you're a total cheese player in this game." I'm like, "Hey, I built the cheese. I build it to the specification of what the game stands for at the moment. What the game always has stand for. When they fix things, I don't whine and bitch about it. It's like they fixed the shit because I took something and made it gross as fuck. Okay, cool. You caught on to what I was doing. Excellent. You know, great. I'm glad that somebody in the fucking gaming, the company over there is paying attention what a player like me will do with sets. Watched Dove stream last night. Even he's playing PvE more than PvP right now. Lots of players giving up on PvP. Yeah, it's a state of the game. It's performance. A lot of it's performance and just the shit. You know? I mean, it's there. The problem of it is, where's the skill going? It's just taken us this long to figure it all out. You know, it's taken this long to figure it out. You know? It's just taken this long. We see the potential, what the game stands for. But in game, And the people would say it's like PvE and trials and shit. Shut the fuck up. I mean, really? Really? I'm like, why? Is there a sense of progression in trials? I'm like, what? You want fluff? What, the skins mean something to you? Is that what it is? Titles mean something to you? I mean, is that why you do the end game? Why? You know, I feel like I love the open-end system of the game, but at the end of the day, when you're in between content, and I think Sherman said this best, when you're in between content and you get what you're looking for, what do you have to do for the next 3 months? Yeah, at our state of end game. You know, where are you at? Well, for the hardcore players that continue to play, who already have sets, who already have this and that, it's literally it's just PvP. You can say, oh yeah, we're gonna do this and that, but that's not the case. It's just not. It comes back down to the PvP being the filler. It's the filler game for the PvE players. And unfortunately, this is why I keep trying to tell games, if you have PvP, you need to make it known. You don't put it on a back burner. You don't. You can't afford to. Because your PvE players are playing it in between their fucking content. You can't afford to let it fucking go. It's just something you can't do. And they've been taking PvE devs way too long and fucking with PvP. It's like, get them the fuck out of there. Replace their fucking asses with a competent PvP developer. Get fucking, if your game is, if your Cyrodiil is designed around Siege, let it be about Siege. Reward the players who are going to do Siege. Not saying don't allow 1vxers to have their gameplay, but force them to stay away from the Siege game. Allow Siegers to play the Siege game. Allow the solo players to play solo PvP in Cyrodiil. I'm for that. But as a player, I shouldn't be able to solo a resource. That shouldn't be an option. It's a disgrace to a Siege. It's a disgrace to a Siege. Because that resource helps the keep. It helps fortify the keep. That's what resources are for. And currently, if I can, and they're like, oh, the guards hit hard as fuck. The guards hit hard as fuck. I need to nerf these fucking guards. I'm like, I could solo these fuckers. I could solo this fucking entire resource. This is actually still pathetic as fuck. Like, this is a joke. Right? This is a joke. This is a siege engine. This is not a siege engine. This is a fucking joke. I need, a group should be going in there. Helly, what's up? That's what I'm saying, man. That's all I'm saying. If it's a siege, let it be about the siege. If it's going to be a solo play, let it be focus that somewhere else. You know, if Battlegrounds, the game's made for Battlegrounds more and more. Because every time I walk into Cyrodiil, I can't go more than 5 feet without fucking bugging up somewhere somehow when I'm in siege play. I can't. I literally fucking can't. And people were like, it's a Wi-Fi issue. It's not a fucking Wi-Fi issue. It's fucking way not a Wi-Fi fucking issue. It's not ISP related at all. Fucking all. You know? And that's my point, man. I love this speech.
Stepped on your grave. Can you believe I was actually concerned that the news of your death might be true? That King Kormrath may have succeeded where I could not. That Poseidon, Triton, or the boogeyman himself may have dared to deny me your dying moment. But you see, Arthur, you cannot escape your destiny. And yours is to die here, in this filthy dungeon, below the very throne you once ruled from.
Ah, how poetic that would be if this was a prison, and not a feeding chamber.
Mantis! Manta. I said Mantis. Oh my god, that was funny as fuck. And Aquaman's like, oh no, he's dead, even though he wanted to kill him. Oh yeah, sure. But yeah, no, I mean, at the end of the day, I just want to play polished products anymore. I don't mind playing older games now. That's the way I look at it. I mean, I'm back here just because of the polish. You know, there's a lot of games I can play, and I get the polish effect. So, why am I going to play something anymore if the company's not working on the major issues, man? At the end of the day, that's all I'm asking for. I mean, I could give a shit less about the content and the quality. Quality is always going to be better than quality or quantity. Quality is going to be quantity every fucking day of the week, hands fucking down. Like sometimes this is another reason I play different power sets in the game, because I can, because there's not a huge, you know, amount of content, but the quality is done well. You know, there's a couple things that could be improved upon. I agree, and that's every game. So I feel like my patience with Elder Scrolls has been, you know, whatever. But now Bethesda as a company has been lacking, and all these other companies just keep getting fucking greedy, and they're trying to justify it to say, well, we're trying to increase revenue. For what? Your employees, or just for the shareholders? You know, the shareholders are made. When you're charging $60 for the products and they're selling millions of copies, right? You don't think that's profitable for shareholders? You know? How long was production? What was your overhead? You know? You know, these are the questions you have to ask. What it took to make the product, right? And it's a booming industry. This industry is huge, but it's not taken lightly, especially by the player base. One bad decision can ruin a company. Take years to build and ruin the company, all in one fell swoop. Ruin your reputation, everything. And you know, honestly, the companies better start paying attention. They better start paying attention to what they're trying to accomplish long term. They're thinking short term only. That's all they're thinking about. But this is what I keep trying to stress. MMOs have a larger and longer lifespan than average single player games, even multiplayer games, even shooter multiplayers. When's the last time you played Gears of War? It had a multiplayer feature. When's the last time you played it after you bought it? When's the last time? Right? Call of Duty. How many Call of Duty franchises episodes did they have? You know? When's the last time you was playing that in multiplayer mode? You know? These are the things that companies need to examine. It's not bad to have a multiplayer feature, but keep it at that. Keep it as a feature. But if you're going to do anything extensive with multiplayer, you better be thinking long term, right? Because MMOs are an entire multiplayer setup, but they last longer. They don't last a year or two, a couple of months, a year or two. They last years, typically. So when you're taking a look at the big picture, it costs more money to develop an MMO, but long-term investment, it pays out. It's well worth the investment if it's done right. And Blizzard was a huge reason for that. They didn't remember Warcraft was a strategy game, right? Then they went to an MMO. Completely shocked the gaming industry when they announced that they were coming out with an MMO based off Warcraft. I mean, there was even skepticism back then. Complete and utter skepticism if Blizzard knew what they were getting themselves into. Because the MMO market had its titans back then. But nobody knew at the time what World of Warcraft was really going to do. I jumped in World of Warcraft within the first 2 months of launch. We didn't even have MC yet. And just because I wanted to try it, I was just like, fine, I'll give it a shot. And I was impressed. I wasn't impressed with the graphics. The graphics disappointed the shit out of me. But I understood why they did it that way. And I was impressed with the quality of content that Blizzard was able to squeeze into this product. And how smooth it ran. Like, the bugs were very little to none. Very little. Very well polished. Probably one of the best polished release products that I've seen to date. Still to this day. And they took their customers serious, you know, when it came to the end results, because they knew we're thinking long term. Now what? 10 plus years later, and it's still going.
The ballista can free your friend. Fire it at the beast. Does my beast frighten?
But all of these things got to be asked, man. You got to ask these questions.
You have accomplished nothing. The Silent School
take
has
the
unearthed
boots.
ancient magic, more powerful than Poseidon himself. Magic that is mine to wield.
To wield.
The darkness has chosen me, anointed me as its avatar. No longer will Atlantis cower below the surface or feed from the bottom. Today, the lowest will become the highest. Today, the depths will rise.
Oh, jeez. Hold on. He's raising Atlantis to the surface.
His face. Ah! It's like motion sickness or something. But no, I feel like there are a lot of good products out there, and good potential products in the horizon. I mean, honestly, I feel like there are a lot of good potential games coming up. One of them being, I think for PvP, hopefully Mark has everything put together right, because Camelot Unchained would be pretty dope, to be honest with you. From a Siege perspective, you know, I mean, hopefully it's done right and it's done better. I don't like the fact that it's only on PC. Accessibility is one of those things. Jeffrey, what's up? Dude, double mark weekend, Jeffrey. Man, if you could find a way to get in, I would.
Atlantis will never fight for you.
You are right. Atlantis is not worthy. I deserve greater. I will use the relics of the Zodiac to channel the full power of the Abyssal Dark and create my own kingdom. Atlantis will perish, and the kingdom of Wrath will reign eternal.
These things are a lot harder on, like, at their level. So heads up. They messed up on the eyes right there. Should have went down a little bit. See, this is where they glitched up. Certain things glitch up.
The trident of Poseidon?
So, but is it a game breaker? No, it's just a observation. You can see it. One time it does really good in the beginning, and then when his eyes glows right here at this phase, it didn't line up right. But little things, man. But is it a game breaker? No. Yo, Oren, what's up, my man? How you doing, Oren? You know, there's an old school gamer for you guys. Oren's definitely an old school gamer like I am. He played City of Heroes as well, and you know, that's one thing I enjoyed about Oren, man. Damn, I'm going to miss it this weekend. Yeah, brother. I was like, bro, what? Double mark weekend. And if people haven't played this is a good time to get involved in it, just for the weekend marks. Probably won't be playing until next DLC. Oh, got you. See, the debuffs aren't working unless they're just taking off as buffs. That's another thing I've noticed right here. Now, see, he's got his thing. I can remove that, which is working. It tells me it's working, but it, like, something, I don't know if it's an intentional design, but, like, right there's one debuff. But if I go for the next health, it won't do it. It only removes the the defensive shield he puts on himself. So I don't know, man.
I am here, not alone. I bring soldiers from several to fight by your side.
Give me this. And a lot of people ask me, you know, why do you play DC? Why? I'm like, there's only two to three MMOs that have hero-based elements to them, And I'm sorry, I've tried Champions Online, and I loved Cryptic at one time, but it doesn't have the same effect. It just doesn't. If I had to play a hero game currently, it'd probably be DC. I'm not saying DC's perfect. Trust you and me. There are a few minor issues that I find annoying as fuck. But mechanically and polish-wise, this is why I can't complain. And given the fact that their last DLC was so fucking good, I mean, Lantis is really good. Starro, I love the quest chain. I love that. I really wish they would have continued with the implementation on that. But what they accomplished with their last DLC was just amazing. What CR am I? I am currently I am at the Titans one. I'm at 232? 232 CR. I'm 232 Olden on my main. So I've been playing catch up.
No, not more water. Perfect. Keep it from the water pools.
Marvel Heroes Online was garbage. Yeah. And that's what I'm saying, man. Like, currently, if I'm playing... and I think I've just played fantasy for so long. Like, Guild Wars 2. I love Guild Wars 2. I own Guild Wars 2. I own the expansion to Guild Wars 2. I still have yet to do all that. And I love Guild Wars 2. The PvP is good, but it's a little slower in comparison to even a game like this. That's why I'm kind of like... The counterplay's well done, but the mechanics are slow. The problem with this game is just two things for PvP. DC does need a graphics upgrade in UI. The UI to me is fine. The graphics we're not going to be able to see because unless they are able to port it to unless they were able to port it over to Unreal 4, I don't think we can get a graphics upgrade. And I can't necessarily know if they can port it. This is on Unreal 3. But given the fact that Fortnite's done on Unreal 4, and Fortnite's graphics look not even as clean as this. You know? I think City of Titans will be ready for play next mid-year. Hopefully. Like I said, there are a lot of good titles on the horizon. And it keeps me hopeful. But you know what? At the end of the day, I'm realizing unless games come correct, like, I'll be honest with you, Spellcaster is what I'm looking forward to. Like, I typically don't like Battle Royale games. And I don't play Battle Royale games. But Spellcaster has piqued my interest. So I've been keeping a very close eye on Spellcaster. And if they multi-platform Spellcaster, if Spellcaster ends up being on other platforms other than PC, I'll back up Spellcaster. But just because how well the game design looks, as far as like the way PvP's being implemented from the footage. But if they're only going to be PC based, I'm not going to plug them. So other people can, but I won't. It's all about what Spartacus and me, we are all talking. It's all about multi-platform moving forward for companies. Accessibility. If you're not building for accessibility in a game, you might as well hang up your fucking shop. And if you're only going to do one aspect, you're fucking yourself. Bullshit. God. I wish DCUO have had the graphics of Red Dead 2 or Spider-Man game. Yeah, but this is a what? This was done in 2011. This is an 8-year-old game. You know? So for 8 years old, it's held up. The combat's held up fine. The combat's still better than newer games. The game's combat is better than ESO. Like, if I want, I could switch roles right now. So, we're in the middle of combat, I could switch my role. It's not going to be helpful for my party members. But now I'm on a cooldown. I have a long-ass combat cooldown right there on the red. I wish they kind of removed that. Or get it down a little bit for a faster gameplay experience. But, hey.
Every sign of the zodiac corresponds to an element. Use the fire sign crystals to negate Eris's power over the dead.
Anybody want to pick these things up?
My reign begins with your deaths.
Look at them. Why am I picking these up?
The Risen King's guards are still imbued with Wrath's dark magic, giving them no hope of key to disabling the next artifact. Good. Now absorb the magic of the water pool. Same for the fire sign of Sagittarius.
Hold on. Like, the water here could be better, but you can see the ripples. You know? And World of Warcraft's graphics, I mean, hello. Ugh. And that's still going strong.
Quickly, invoke the fire pool. Use it to scorch the earth sign Virgo.
At least the devs could update the NPCs to the DC Comics now, like give the NPCs new skins. Yeah. Well, they did that with they did that with Cyborg. Cyborg got new skinned
Hurry!
with the new 52.
Use it.
Because Cyborg didn't look that way originally. So they did reskin him, and I want to say Starfire got reskinned.
Now, use the final water crystal to extinguish Eris. Banish the barnacle creatures back to the depths. All of you who are empowered by the zodiac crystals must work together.
You think we will ever get to switch roles in a game from tank to troll? Now, the way it works is every class gets a support role and a damage role.
Act now.
Though I wish, like I said, they would. I just did the whole mechanics myself. So disappointing. I wish they would decrease the timer. I'm gonna take this. I wish they would decrease the timer. Look at that. Look at all those marks. Fucking 12 marks for a run. Hell yeah. Hell fucking yeah.
Need the power.
12 marks on a run. Oof. And I haven't opened this yet. Oh, oh, oh. So sweet. Holy spliffity spliffity spliff.
Ends the reign of the mad
Boy, I'm gonna love this weekend.
Let us pray the dark magic he unleashed has been driven from this world for good.
The thing about it is, I don't think they'll ever come out with the class or be able to like water tank and stuff.
Now,
I don't think they'll do that. I mean, I could be wrong, but the way that the game's designed, every class has it. How is the free to play in this game? The free to play is like a tutorial almost. You can get up to like CR 70, Cal. So it's a good tutorial. You don't get all the power sets, but it gives you a good idea of how the game plays. So that's how I tell people. Like, you can try it out for free. You won't have access to everything, but it gives you a chance to go through the leveling process of 1 to 30, which you can do in a day or two, depending on how much time you have. And then from that point, you get your CRs and understand how you can literally get up to CR 50 something in less than maybe like 2 or 3 hours. But it's from that point on that it becomes like, oh shit, this is gonna be a little drawn out. And because then, you know, after a while, that's where you can start seeing time sink. But it's just a tutorial. You can get the free to play, you'll eat that up in about a week. Oh, and you can do the events. That's another thing. What I just did, they give you access to the events. So you do have access to the zone, and you get access to this. So it's like playing the DLC prior to actually having the DLC. So I will say that's a good thing. So they do give you a very good taste of how the game plays, you know, up front. To say, oh, you know, hey, you know, I want to go ahead and try these new events and stuff and these things. Oh, okay, yeah, go ahead. You know, you got free to play. Now, the escrow sucks. Your character creation is limited. Your classes, you don't have any of the DLC classes or power sets. But if you choose a power set, cancel, you'll have access to the power set, though your number of your characters may be limited. So there are things that will set that allows you to play as you want, and I prefer to pay the monthly subscription versus doing the bundle pack. Some people like the collector's editions, but to me, it's like you save some money, but you don't save money. Because I get crowns, I get all access reward 500 every month. And that allows me to use the item shop. If I want to put a little bit more in, I can, but you know. Works very similar to DDO. Right, exactly. Exactly. I think this game should have more single player open world missions. Right. That's the only thing that's my only gripe is I don't mind zones. Now let me go ahead and I'll show you. So you were talking about how there's no open world, Cal. Well, we do have Metropolis and Gotham, which are big. And then beginning areas, they're awesome. We used to have 8-mans, our raids in open world. Like part of it was in open world. But when we come into Atlantis, it's a zone. It's all it is a zone. It's a limited zone. But the thing about it is, it's designed for when it comes off of event for characters of that CR, right? Of that combat rating. So right now it's a scaled version, so everybody can play it during the event phase. So for the first 3 months, it's what they call event phase. An event phase allows everybody access. Everybody gets access to it. So it's like, oh, okay, cool. But when we take a look at the map, here's my little area, and here's the cutoff point right here, down this line, and this is the cutoff point. So I only have access here, but the map shows right here. But I can't access this point, and I can't access that point. So, but it's huge. I mean, the zone's still pretty nice size, but it's not as big as an open world. So that's the problem. So I keep telling people, you know, it's a zone. It's like every game, like it reminds me of City of Heroes in that part where we had zones, and we did, and it worked. But you know, very like to me, this is what's still amazing. I still enjoy coming in here. They did such a great job with the swimming. And people are always going to talk, oh, the graphics. I'm like, you play World of Warcraft? Yeah, then don't talk to me about graphics. Do you play Fortnite? Yes, don't talk to me about graphics. You know, don't talk to me about it. If that's your reasoning and you play those games have lower rendering than this game. You know, I'm just stating. You know, that has way lower rendering. So I feel like the game does well. My problem of it is how much content gets squeezed into what doesn't get put into a zone. I like open it. I want to enter this building, but I can't. These little things are my gripe. I mean, it's not game breaking, but if I'm in an area, I would like to at least go explore. Oh my God, there's a briefing. They always have things to do in the game, so there are things to do, and it'll keep you occupied. But you know, hated the war walls. Right. That's what it was. Oh yeah, got my briefings done. They need 6 more zones to Atlantis. They need, yeah. Like, what I would like to see them do is expand on the city. Right? I mean, and then have entrance points for new CRs. Expand upon the entire city and make this like the next tier, this the next tier, and this the next tier. It could keep you busy for a minute, but complete the map of the city. You know? So that would be awesome if they do that. Like milk this out for another few months. And really, you know, pump it up. And, you know, especially because the Aquaman movie, you know, it's out. And you have all this other shit going on. So, I mean, that's my opinion. Whatever. But, I mean, the game has its strong points, but then it has weak points, too. Every game does. Like Elder Scrolls. I love Elder Scrolls PvE. But I'm at a point in the game where it's not going to do me any good. It's not going to do me any good anymore. Because I have nothing to want. You know, oh, you could go do this. Or, oh, you could, you know, compete for leaderboards. What the fuck? Are you serious? I'm not a fluff person. I'm not a bragging person. I'm playing content because there's something in there that I want. There's a carrot on that stick. God damn it. You know, give me my fucking carrot. It's what I want. I want my fucking carrot. I'm a fucking hamster on a wheel. I can't keep going unless there's something taunting me to keep me moving, propelling me forward.
This is Waller. You are now assigned to the Suicide Squad. By now, you are intimately aware
Hold on,
of our
I know.
arrangement. Cooperate with the members of Task Force X, or I yank the leash connected to that collar.
Oh, spliffity, spliffity, spliff. Just gonna sell this. I'm trying to free up some space.
Kandor is all that remains of Krypton. We're here to ensure its safety, but the people of Kandor may not trust us at first.
Yes, god dang it.
I hope we can convince them.
Oh, it's gonna be a slaughter
My
fest.
mother, Allura, still controls
They
Kandor,
need 6
but
more
some
zones to
concussion
land.
is
How much time would it
her.
take to
His
add the other
army is
parts?
probably already
Depends on the
streets.
staff.
I must find my mother and speak with her.
Current staff, if they were to add an entire city, and depending on the content, adding new content as regular as they do, probably 6 months. And that's full blown. You can copy over some of the structure, so you can limit some of the structure. Remember, once structure's been incorporated, it's not as hard to take the buildings and port them over. But the problem of it is adding the new content and making each zone slightly different, you know, from a structure standpoint. Like, you know, like mapping. You wouldn't want to, like, do the same street layouts. You might switch up a few things. Like, you know, the undercity parts, like, you know, system. Like, we have trenches. Adjust the trenches and things like that. So, given all new content and porting over the entire rest of the city and adding content for each new zone. So, we're looking at 3 new zones and everything. If they just wanted to even break that down to 2 functional DLCs, which I'm anticipating, that would be 6 more months. Roughly. Unless they ante up the staff. But you can't do that on a level unless you know what revenue is being generated and all this other stuff. There's a lot more to the back elements of the business. You know, it's not as easy as saying, oh, you know, hey, let's go ahead and get this all done. Well, what's our staff size? You know, hell, you put me over there with the team and give me three devs for 3 months, and I'll show you what I'll do to the PvP system.
He's right.
You give me 3 devs for 3 months over there. I'll show you what I'll do for the PvPers.
This is Earth.
You give me 3
Krypton is
devs.
gone, but we can build
But
a
the problem
home.
of it is, like I said, it costs that money. I need those developers. I need a team to put together to get things
I will
done.
not let you enslave or rule them any more than I will allow them to harm Kandor.
Betray your people yet again by bringing these peasants to
Get out of the fire. Damn it. Make me blow it early.
I am invincible. No, impossible.
Really?
I'm gonna do a bunch of shit, man, because I'm wanting marks. I'm mark hungry.
I am Kryptonian. I will not be defeated. Watch this. I will not be defeated. I am invincible. No, impossible.
How in the...
Maybe this will knock some sense into you.
Pathetic earthling.
Are you done playing now?
I am not beaten. I will never stop fighting.
Don't need any of that.
I did what I thought was best for our people.
Ooh, I'm taking that one, though. I'm taking that power.
For our
I could
people
use that.
to include what's
Might
best
try
for
this
the
out.
people
Don't
of
know
this
if I'll
world.
drop any money on it, but worth a shot. Yeah, you can download it. If you do, make sure... if you don't have me on PlayStation, throw me as a friend, Kel. Throw me a friend invite.
You've dreamed. I'm not surprised.
Because I do play with PlayStation players.
I expected it.
And then shoot me a message.
Tony,
I mean, I'd have to get on my PlayStation to see the message when you're going to play.
Never leave.
But this way, at least I can, if I could help, I can't help you go through the 1 through 30. I can help you with alerts, but I can't help you with the, like, the open world missions and things like that.
Not going anywhere.
So that's pretty much on you
Now,
to do that part. But once you get that part and you get to the CRs, I can pretty much show you anything. And it's up to you. It's, the thing about it is, this game's not for everybody.
Kryptonians
And it's not. And that's what I keep trying to... This is the only thing I'm approaching in my channel. It's like, this might not be a game for you. And it may not be.
don't listen to
And this is why I'm promoting so many other games. I'm a gamer. You know, there are a lot of good products out there. But how accessible are those products? Because currently we only have 4 decent MMOs on PlayStation. Right? Elder Scrolls is good. So I would say that. I would say, hey, you know, Elder Scrolls looks pretty beast, man. Elder Scrolls looks good. But my problem of it is I should have... Yeah, I do need that power.
Fight Luther's control, Superboy.
I'm about to review... we might not need 2 trollers on this.
You suck. Obey me. Dude, just stop.
Had enough?
A lot of things have changed, though, in this game. I mean, one time your rotation, Petter had been perfect. Because we used to get bonuses. Are we not playing... I guess we're not using the shards. I don't see anybody grabbing for them. I mean, whatever.
Dude, just stop.
Vitalization. I'm taking that too.
You just get back up. Well, I have a little surprise for you and your city of Crypto.
I've been trying to get my Atlantis. Roar. Yeah, Candy's beating me slightly. I figured because Candy's a higher CR than I am. So I'll probably end up going DPS on this run on the last boss. So we get a faster burn.
Here are jerks. But I guess we can't let Doom.
Oh shit. No. Wrong build. That's like my solo whatever type build. Alright. Come on, let's go. That.
I'm bringing you to justice.
You're kind of starting to piss me off.
Doomsday.
Hey,
Here? I thought it was just a myth.
Doomsday is no myth, Mother. He is all
suck.
three.
This is as far as you go.
Serious? That's all you've got?
Right. Don't need rest though. Art
To protect Kandor from Doomsday. They put their lives on
Deco
the line to save
rug?
you, even though you rejected them. Surely you can see they are worthy of being treated as equals.
Kara, I am
We'll
so
take
sorry.
it. We'll take the
I just
we'll take
cannot
the
let our
rug.
people dwindle
Sure.
away. Krypton deserves better.
We can live in peace. Of course some humans are bad, but
Of course some humans are bad.
and kind.
Will
Of
you
course.
Of course I can forgive you.
forgive me? I love
Oh.
you, Kara.
Purple ores aren't really going for
We
that
have a long
much.
road ahead. But with the right guidance, I believe we
Anubis
can find a
statue
place
would be
for us
cool. There's a couple things I might be able to do with that. All right. It's not a bad. There, like I said, there are a lot of products out there. The question of it, like Final Fantasy. Let's get back into accessibility. Sorry about that. Final Fantasy 14 has accessibility. PC, PlayStation. Terra plays all platforms. Very accessible. But not cross-platformed. Important. DC, cross-platform between PlayStation and PC, but Xbox has accessibility, but they're on their own server. Then we have Elder Scrolls Online. Elder Scrolls Online is available on all platforms, but once again, not cross-platformed. So, accessibility is very important for MMOs these days. So, and then Neverwinter. Sorry, 5. And Star Trek Online. Sorry. So we have Star Trek Online. We have Neverwinter. We have Elder Scrolls. Final Fantasy 14 partially. Terra and DC. So accessibility, and Planet Side 2, if you want to count Planet Side 2. Accessibility is very important. It's important in the market. It just is. You know, if you're going to be you want to like wipe out the competition, the problem with DC is this. It doesn't get marketed enough. And Jeffrey mentioned that one time. I wish they would put more into the marketing of this product. I absolutely agree with that. I absolutely do agree with that. Planet Side 2, if you're a shooter fan and you like large-scale battles with the capability of running people over with tanks and shit, with science fiction tanks, fucking Planet Side 2 kicks ass for that. You know? Problem of it is certing. You know, certing in that game is a pain in the arse. It's a pain. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Like, last thing you want to hear is that you have to cert something. You're like, oh, I got to cert. No, that sort of sucks. And it does. So, I'm trying to get these. I'm trying to get my Atlantean shit. Because that's a huge difference. 57, 106. Jeez. It's a major difference there. Yeah, but there's not a lot. There's a lot of things in this game. Like I would tell people, you'd want to try it out first, and the trial is good for that. The trial is really good to get the idea. Is this something I want to play? And I would make that recommendation to anybody. Try it out. Just try it out. You decide. You decide if this is the type of game for you. Because I wouldn't make a recommendation to like jump in with both feet on this type of game, because it has some financial commitment to it. But once again, I mean, I personally don't feel it's an expensive game. I don't have to buy the game and then pay monthly. I don't have to do that. I can download the game, pay monthly. If I decide to walk away, so be it. So to me, that's perfectly acceptable. I can definitely accept that. Same thing with Guild Wars 2. Guild Wars 2, I don't mind. In Black Desert, I bought those games. If I wish to play those games online, I can. If I wish to get any additional fluff, that's at my choice. Like I got this Light Force Speed thing because there was a sale and I had the credits. So I got it. So to me it was like, okay, there are perks to every game, but what games are nickel and diming you? What games are costing you to buy, to pay, and expected to do microtransactions on top of it? You know? Like, the one thing I feel like in this game, the only problem with free-to-play players and premium players is the escrow. I don't like the escrow system in this game. I hate it. I feel the escrow system, I understand why it's there, But I feel the escrow system's not enough. It's not. Like, players don't get a good opportunity to actually check out what the game's about because of the escrow system. So I'm not a big fan of the escrow system. So I would tell people that. I would tell companies, the only thing you're hurting is yourself by not allowing these players to experience the market. That's the only thing you're hurting. You know, because players who don't get to experience, don't get to, like, enjoy what the game, how the game moves with players. There's not a lot of things to trade. You know, we're trading stuff for feats and stuff. That's what we're doing. So, at the end of the day, why would you want to limit players who already have limited access to content? Limiting their, you know, their social interaction and that. Downloading as you speak? Definitely, brother. Let me know when you're in, man. You got to make sure you throw me a PlayStation request. I'll get you in there, even if I have to delete somebody. Because honestly, dude, you know, if you're gonna try it out, you know, like I said, you'll have to play through the quest line by yourself. But and there are certain things, like in the beginning, like the character creation, I'm not a big fan of it in this game. I'm not. But when you get when you start unlocking costumes and sets, you get those skins. That I like, but I'm used to that in City of Heroes and City of Villains. City of Heroes, City of Villains, same thing. 2,000 limit is garbage. It's garbage. It's fucking junk. It's fucking bullshit. Like, they can't buy anything on the market, like, for that. They can't use the auction house for 2,000. Let alone try to sell anything. And then buy soders and repairs on that? No, up that bullshit. There's a lot of things that companies just kill themselves by not thinking the littlest things. It's little things that will determine if players will stick around for the long haul. You want to try to get them to play the game consistently. Not, you know, oh, do it or don't. Do it or leave. You don't want that type of whatever. This game's well worth the $15 a month for me. It's well worth it as I'm playing it. Because once I get to a point, I'm like, okay, I'm done. I'll play for a few months. I will do my whatever. If the community keeps me involved for a little bit, okay, cool. You know, because they always got content coming out to keep me pushing. So there's not a problem in that. It's not a problem with, but how repetitive does it get? At what point do I get bored? You know, that's what the question of it is, more or less for me. But once that's said and done, it's like, oh, okay, well, I just did this. So now I can play this game. And that's one thing I love about Black Desert and Guild Wars 2. I bought those games. I own them. I don't have to pay a monthly fee. And I can jump in whenever I want. Same thing with Elder Scrolls. I mean, but so long as whatever. But there's nothing there pushing me for content. There's nothing there leading me to do it. It's like, look, we have a new set that you don't want. You should get this DLC. No. Is there a new skill line? No. There's new dungeons and new sets. No. There's a new overland. Okay, what sets are in there? Let me check it out. Is it something I want? Possibly. Is it worth me sticking around for? It depends. How bad do I want it? You know? That's the question. Elder Scrolls PvE is beautiful. The overland's beautiful. The lore, I mean, come on, it's Elder Scrolls. I mean, the only thing I play a game for is pretty much story content, even though I don't pay attention second or third time around. Woo! Woo! I got a new eyepiece. Woo-hoo! Where do those go? Give me those shiny things. Ooh, yeah. All right. No, I was helping some players yesterday. I was actually playing around, and I'm going through a 4-man. I'm like, man, I got to go do this 4-man, man. I have to go do this shit. And so I went ahead and I queued it up, and it was the Hive, Moonbase. And I went and did it because I was like, shit, I'm trying to like look for like alien shit or something. And I was like, and then I just helped him out. I got him the feat. We need more events to like the CW Elseworld coming out soon. Yeah, see, little things like that would be cool. Well, and I'm hoping that they in January they bring back out the Anti-Monitor. I'm hoping they redo that. I hope that's a yearly thing because I missed out on it. So I hope they redo the Anti-Monitor. There's some kind of feed in here I need to. I don't know what, but... they'll always keep you busy. There's always something in this game that'll keep you busy. Whether it be feats, RNG, farming marks, there's always going to be something. And there's a lot of content. A lot. You'll out-level some of this content and you'll still have to go back and do them. You're like, oh, fuck. There's a lot of content I didn't even get to play yet. Shit, let me queue it up. Like one players. I'll be honest with you. The only time I do this is when I'm in between and I have to go feed hunting. I'm like, shit, I need like feat points. Let me check my solo play. And I'll check my solo play shit and then come back in here and chase my feats down for solo play. So that's the only time I play solo play in this game. There's like when I'm hunting feats or RNG and I know it's in there. And I'm like, shit, might as well go in there and get that shit done. Duos, I like duos for feats and stuff too. But I don't chase it for like farming anything typically. Like mark farming sucks in duos and solos. Though I do prefer the duos over the solos. So... all right. Since we have no flipping healer. Give it. Ah!
If I remember my lessons with Tempest correctly, these sigils of Orion on the floor will prevent us from being seen or attacked until we exit them.
Enough with the jabber-jawing, kid. Let's kick their tails.
Word up.
Word up.
The man. Shark.
And if you're going to try for the trial, I do recommend just a DPS. But later on, if you're going to get into the game, then that's when I recommend you getting an additional armory. So you have 2 loadouts. You don't have to settle for the first tune either. So I always tell people, if you're going to play the free version of the game, don't get fixated on that character. Because if you do decide to play the game, let's say you either get Collector's Edition, you buy an individual DLC, or you do monthly, you're going to unlock a power set somewhere. And that power set you might want to make that your main. So from that, after playing the free version, is when you want to determine, if you determine that you're going to play it, what your main class should be, or main power set. It's not class, because every power set has 2 classes. Where are they going? Can I please get this feat? God dang it. This feat is being a pain in my ass. 1 second. Oh, I'm talking to my viewers.
Yes, my disgusting minion. Show them the terrors of the deep.
Alright, so let's hope I don't croak.
Now you will suffer at the claws of my barnacle golem.
Okay, so you got to pick these little bastards up and smash them, but at the same time, avoid dying from that thing. You can't get rolled. If he rolls... God, son of a bitch! You just avoid him. You try not to get close to this bastard. Get... If he gets near you, just roll away. And then you come over here and you smash it. See how he's chasing me? He's looking my direction. Smash it! Smash it, God! Not throw it! Smash it! Like Hulk smash. Give me this. Smash! Ah! Thank you. Now see this? This is scary. I'm getting the fuck away from that. Ah! What? I was robbed! Thank you. You're so nice. No! Ow! Right in the middle of my machine gun. I should have cast cancel. Fuck. I hate this bastard. And you think to yourself, it's not that hard until the motherfucker's on top of you. See right here, like I'm gonna cast, and unless I can't cast cancel, I can't. I could probably clip out of it, but just hold on, dude. Look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that. We got him. Oh my gosh. Tell me they didn't go to the other side. Why? Did we get them all? Yeah. I don't even know how I'm doing. Not too bad. Not too shabby on a solo. A Gemini shit.
The eyes of Gemini see all. Only those who possess true mastery can blind them. Stand no chance.
There's a feat to let the lessers hit you. Somebody's turning them. Okay. I don't think we're gonna get it because they turned it. You gotta turn the ones that have like all of them out in a certain order. I feel like a tank. What are we doing? Holy shit! We're getting everything, aren't we? I was about to say, if this drops too, if we turn into lobsters, I'm gonna be like, holy fuck, man. Why is everybody always going to the wrong side of the room, man? Get out the way! God bless. You will fail. Not to.
By darkest water, by
Zula's horns. She's the guardian of the crown of thorns.
By darkest water, by Sula's horns, unleash the guardian of the crown of thorns.
See, like, I don't like that thing springing up. They could have just left the thorn circle on the ground and then done something else, but I hate the little animation for that. I hate the thorn animation. I don't like the way the werewolves look in this game either. I'll be honest. I don't like the way the gorillas or the werewolves look. They made a cat get fur, but the fucking poor werewolf and shit looks funky as fuck. So I'm just going to be honest. The gameplay's alright. I don't have no problem with the gameplay of it, but don't like the way it looks. Clipped it. So I don't have a finisher on this build. Alright.
You must have had better teamwork than we did. King Shark got us busted before we could even complete the
You can get a lot done in a certain amount of time in this game. It's not too bad. Definitely taking advantage of these friggin' marks, though. 104. My next upgrade is costly as fuck. Like, I have to have shit. 150 marks for my next upgrade. I have to have 150 marks to buy my components. Like, that's another thing I don't like. I don't like percentage chance when something comes to mark grind. I hate that. So, I hate the seal system in this game. If I have one complaint in end game, it's the seal system. It's like Black Desert. Like, you know, your upgrades are based on RNG. I mean, I get it's whatever, but I don't like it. I'm just going to be honest. Most players don't. There are problems in this game. We understand it. Trust you and me. We get it. You got to make money. It's got to pay. The company has to make money somehow. I get it. It's a free game. I get it. It doesn't cost anything to buy it. I get it. I get it. You know, nothing in the world's for free. Nothing is. My grandpa taught me that. My grandpa taught me all this shit. You get what you pay for, or sometimes you don't get anything for you don't get anything good if it is free. If you got it for free, it's because somebody didn't want it to begin with. They were willing to part with it for a reason. I'll play the mechanics. Screw it. Can somebody get the ads off me? I'll tell you what, don't PvP in this game. I mean, it can be fun. Legends can be fun. I'll be honest with you. Legends can be a lot of fun. But I wouldn't recommend PvPing in this game. I wouldn't. That's why I did it. Because I got heals. Okay. I'm going to do this really quick. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to switch roles. And I'm going to go to my range now. No! Why not? Why not what? Why don't I... As far as money? Or why don't I like the end game seal system? It's RNG. It's... You gotta buy if that's what you're referring to. I think you are. It's basically, it's a way, okay, you can take the, what I like to call the expensive way out and guarantee your return of your time, because mark grinding takes time in endgame, because we don't need marks of victory except for upgrading components. That's what we use marks of victory towards in endgame in this game. So marks of victory always have some relevance, right? But what it ends up doing is our upgrade is percentage based. Why don't play PvP? Why not? There's the only problem with the PvP, Legend PvP is the way to go. If you want to play PvP, play Legends. Don't play class-based arena PvP in this game. It's terrible. Because all you have to do is pick tank. Do faux tank. That's it. The problem of it is the counterplays here. There's no perma blocking in this game. None. There's no build, junk, none of that. None of that stuff enters this game. Counterplays here. But the problem of it is the tanks play faux tank, right? Against trollers. That's what it's designed to do. That's why they do it. Healers, there's certain classes that have proper, like better stun effects or better CC initially. Now CCs break on damage in this game. Right? Meaning, if somebody CCs me, a damage effect's not going to keep me locked in. Right? Like if I have a dot on me and somebody CCs me and the dot ticks, it typically will break the CC. So it works as intended. But the problem of it is resistance. How there's no recovery points. Because we have no immunity. That's the problem. That's the only problem that this game has, is no recovery point. That's it. That's all. If anybody asks me, like, oh, you know, what's this like? You know, I'm like, it's good. It's fun. But there's no recovery point in class-based PvP. That's all. It's not even that hard of a fix. It really isn't. It's just, and I'll show you. I'll kind of demonstrate this. Okay, so we have PvP trinkets. Let me see if I can find my PvP trinket. I do have it on my other tune, but it might be in my bank. Actually, right here. No, that's not it either. I have a PvP trinket somewhere. probably on my bank. Let me go to it. We get in our PvP trinkets, the way it's designed, it adds our resistance play, right, against CCs. But CCs isn't the problem. It's not. That's why we have faux tanks. We have a tank classes or tank roles. They'll put on DPS gear, get enough toughness from their tank role, right, to mitigate, and then able to do a shitload of damage output, even in tank role, because it offsets it. That's how they do it. So they have mitigation and damage, right? But the reason they take the mitigation is from the trollers that in tank role. So this is a lot of my PvP shit. So let me find my PvP trinket. I'll cancel that for now. Just to kind of give you an idea here. Right here. Okay. Trinket. On use, this item will apply these effects. Breakout. 30% control resistance. So you get a CC resistance boost, right? Which sounds good initially, but CCs break on damage anyways. It's like, okay, so it's a good recovery for knockdown. So usually use this trinket when you get knocked down. So knockdowns is like death moment. Like this is where you don't get recovery. You only get a second and a half to recover from. You want to like get a 0.5 second off a knockdown. As soon as you get knocked down, you hit this trinket. It's the only thing that breaks a knockdown, right? Stuns, though, like fear, stuns, and everything else will break on damage. Like after the second hit or something like that, after the modifier's been applied. It's just like it'll help break it. The problem of it is the control resistance. It's not the breakout mechanics, it's the control resistance. Because a troller's like, I don't give a fuck if you have 30% control resistance. I'm in troll mode. If I'm in controller, your 30% resistance doesn't mean shit. So what they should have put in these trinkets is immunity, is what they should have done. Like you're immune to CC effect after you use this for like 10 seconds. 5 or 10 seconds. Not 20. That would be completely stupid. Like 5 seconds immunity from control effects. Because it has a global cooldown. It has a GCD attached to it on trinket use. But instead of doing that, they didn't think about that. Had they done that, had immunity applied for 5 seconds, not even 10. I think 10 would be an extension. You have to, say, okay, you have a 20-second, let's say this thing has a 15-second cooldown, right? Which I don't know what it is, but let's check it out. So let's say I slot this, right? And I use it, which I can't because I'm not PvPing. But let's say it's a 20-second GCD, right? Hypothetically speaking. I have a 20-second GCD. And I have a 5-second. That's a 15-second lapse. That's justifiable. It really is. Because you're going to baby that thing. You're going to want to use it when you need it the most, right? And that gives you a recovery point. The problem of the game is the counterplays here. The damage is well within limits. Everything has a proper aspect to it in gameplay. If they wanted to speed it up, they could allow role swap or armory swap reduction, and that would speed up class-based arena play if they wanted to. But gear progression needs help, right? Because PvE gear is outperforming PvP gear currently. So it's like, that sucks. That's not good. It's not good at all. I'm in Hive Reborn. This one's a bitch. So once again, PvP Legends is good because you can't complain about it. You literally cannot complain about PvP in Legends. You just have to learn the legend, and you have to be like, whatever. Tell me there's a fucking tank and a healer, because we're in fucking endgame aspect right here. Who is set for tank? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have no tank. It's going to be junk. We have no tank. No heals. Nine minutes and players are running. It's a bitch. It's a fucking bitch. You better have a tank and a healer that are on their game in this. Event version was easy as fucking pie. Fucking normal can be a challenge. But you need a tank and you need a healer. And vet and elite? Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. What WoW did is give you a stat template so all gear is equalized. You can use PvE gear in PvP. In fact, there is no such thing as PvP gear. Your item will improve your stat template by a little, but not the major. Exactly. Absolutely, Cal. And that's the same thing that Guild Wars does. Exactly. And that's all the thing this game would need is equalization and a small, incentive to acquire your PvP by like point something %. Absolutely, right. It's basically how they use the scaling system for PvE is what they need to implement for PvP. And what they need to do is recovery point. If they do those two things, this PvP would be fine. They need to adjust block break too. Block break damage is doing too much, because it rewards players for spamming block break. So you can't block the attack to counter it. You can roll it or gap close it, but it's dealing way too much damage in comparison to the light and heavy attack, the attack combos. So attack combos is usually king of the hill, but block break is, you get a bonus from block break just for spamming. So that needs adjusted, but that's nothing major. Like I said, the PvP in this game would be the most epic if they fix a few, very few. Most games would like sigh in relief. This game was built for PvP. It was. You can see it in the combat, in the way it's set up. This game was out before Elder Scrolls. Elder Scrolls has an ultimate. We have a supercharge. Similar. It costs me X amount to do it. I have to acquire it by my abilities. Elder Scrolls is through the weapon attack. Same system, just slightly different. How far did they get? Oh, we're still in the first room. We need a tank. But nothing major. Nope, nothing major. They don't need anything major. They don't. The game is built. This game's built for PvP. It really is. It's designed to do it. You could see it. Like even healing, you don't get away with healing abundance. Healers help, but the healers aren't overpowered in arenas. It's literally like I can block an attack, right, to negate the damage. No problem. Problem of it, the thing that what's nice about it is I can't perma block. They can block break me. If I block break, it's an automatic knockdown. Now, the only thing that recovered from knockdown, kind of, you know, what's up, Chan? Hope you're doing well. So, as soon as I block break and I get knocked down, the only thing my recovery is my trinket, which is perfect. It's perfect. It's actually beautifully designed in that essence. So, there's counterplay. Right? Same thing with the CC elements. Same thing with, you know, ground effects. Every element to the game has proper counter. Except block breaks are not being calculated, right, for a bonus modifier. That's it. And scaling. And recovery point. That's it. The most minute little things would, and one feature would make this sound mad. Oh, no, I'm not mad. Trust me, I think I always sound like this because of just who I am. But like when I'm mad, I'm mad. I go off. It's just I guess that's just my tone. I don't know. But no, I'm not mad. So yeah, this is a fail. This is a fail. Sucks. But it's not gonna happen. Not without a tank anyways. But and tanks are so, like, end game tanks are just they're really appreciated. Sounds like a mix of WoW and ESO. Right. It's what it is. It is. Right. It's got the gear aspects of World of Warcraft, but the combat system that you're familiar with in Elder Scrolls, where do you think it came from? This is the game that revolutionized Twitch-based MMOs. I mean, Terra did it. It did have it. But when it came to block, roll dodge, and all that stuff in an MMO, who did it first? Not Elder Scrolls Online. No. Elder Scrolls Online did not do this first. This is the game that revolutionized that gameplay. The weapon with the abilities set up like that wasn't World of Warcraft. I mean, that wasn't ESO. That was this game. Except this actually has a better version of a weapon attacks. Because I have what combos. I don't have light and heavy attacks. I have... There's my heavy attack. And there's my light attacks. Heavy attack. Light attack. Heavy attack. Light attack. And then I combo. So, not even Elder Scrolls has the weapon attack system like this. And then I got this button over here, right, to give me another element to my weapon attacks. So I have melee version. Those are all weapon attacks, not abilities. These are weapon combos. That's why I said, I mean, I love Elder Scrolls, but they didn't do it better. Yo, Jack, what's up? Jack, Double Mark Weekend. Did you see it? I know you're on PlayStation 4. You might not get notifications, but Double Mark of Victory Weekend. Do I like spaghetti? Yeah. I like pasta. I like Italian food. Got another internship interview. Nice. I'm wishing you luck, man. I'm wishing you the best. Yeah, no, you might like it because it'll be somewhat familiar when you get the controls down, Kel, is what I'm saying. But now, unlike Elder Scrolls, where we don't, like in this game, we do have global cooldown. When I hit my shield, I can't spam shields. Matter of fact, Elder Scrolls is the only game that you have shield stacking without a GCD. You're starting to scare me. Let's see. Starting to scare me, brah. But you'll kind of have an idea how it works. Now, I'll be honest with you, character creation, not impressive. It's not until you get inside the game and little things like that and you start doing alerts and zones. I would recommend getting involved in the events. As soon as possible, you can get those marks, and especially during weekend. So that'll help you out a lot. But I'm about to take a break and cut the stream. But the thing about it is there are pros and cons to every, like bar swapping. Bar swapping Elder Scrolls has, Guild Wars 2 did. You know, mark of victories aren't really important to me. I just want more Wrath coins. I just want more Bitcoins. Like Bitcoins? Why would you want more Bitcoins? That's a different game. We don't have Bitcoins in here. Marks is most important, right? Well, for upgrades, especially, Keon. That's why I need them for upgrades at this point. I need them for upgrades. Like I'm in my tier 9 and I still need upgrades, man. For my marks. Like I'm close to my end game, but my upgrades, I need to make a ton of upgrades yet. So that's why I need marks. That's why I'm like, it's extra mark weekend. Oh, looky, I still got a lot of upgrading to do. Like a slew of upgrading. And once they said extra mark weekend, I was like, dude, that's good for all that. And this is a perfect time for you to try it, Cal. I know you work on the weekends, but literally I can get you in, like if you, as soon as you download it, if you're going to be on this afternoon, I'll get you in that event and I'll get your marks. I'll get you your marks. You believe you and me. You'll be, by the end of this weekend, even if you put in only an hour or two after work, I'll have you pimped the fuck out. By the end of this day, you'll be level 30. If you can get through that, shit. Fucking by Sunday, with very minimal time, I'll have you pimped the fuck out and in tier 4 already. At least tier 4 to tier 5. Even with you working during the weekend. You'll be like, then you can decide. Then that's when you can make those decisions. Is this a game for you? That's your decision. That's what I keep telling people. Try it for free. It's free to try. It's like a little taste. But I will give you a warning. Your soders, you're going to want to buy your soders, within reason. Because if anything goes into escrow, you can't draw it unless you have premium membership, and that's limiting, or you're paying monthly. So I'm going to go ahead and put you in timeout. I don't like people spamming nonsense in my chat. For volunteer work I did my college, I'll be getting a Christmas gift in an upcoming team meeting. Ooh, nice. Yeah, definitely. I think anything can be worth it. You can always get something positive out of something in life. So that's my outlook on it. But anyways, guys, I'm going to let you go. Please, make sure you throw me a PlayStation request, and also let me know when you're done. If you just post it in this chat below, Cal, and then let me know your character's name, and then I'll friend you. And then when I can friend you, then I can literally get with you, and we'll go from there. And if you have a mic, I can talk to you. You'll have to figure out the mic system. It's a little different on the PlayStation, but it's not that bad. Once you figure out how to use mic setup, we have in-game voice in this, so I can talk to PlayStation players while I'm playing. So, but anyways, man, I'm going to let y'all go. Once again, I'm Mystic Raven. This is Mystic's MMOs, and as always, thank you guys, and have a nice day.